if I was, with the ish, I could do the money, power, respect. In like money, power, respect, money, power, respect, money, power, respect. Good key to life. But you know, it's crazy we out here in this day and time to where people are not respecting people. You know, what's the movie? Respect My Gangster. Friday After Next, when the old man came through with the shotgun, shooting through the wall, and respect my gangster. You know, a lot of people want the money. A lot of people want the power over other people. And a lot of people want that respect for people to be humble when they be around them. But this is the big thing, though. When it come down to stuff like that, it's got to be earned. You know, and in situations, you got people who try to demand respect. You know, instead of just letting it naturally occur. You got people that want the money that'll cross you over and do what they can for the money. You know, sometimes, hey, what's the movie? I'm doing a lot of reference for movies today. Hustle and Flow. When the girl tells him sometimes, hey, shout out mine. Sometimes I need my head messed with, and right now is not the time. Okay, business in the house. Okay, I'm about to get you to come up on this panel. You know, uh, it's gonna be important. Cause I'm back on my business grind. But yeah, man, when it comes down to it, oh man, two of the faves. I might go on and just drop the link now. Like I be putting in other people's check. Drop the link. Drop the link. We building over here. Hey man, drop the link. We building over here. Hey, that's kind of funny. You just came up and I say, we building over here. What's going on, man? Yeah. But it's crazy because of that, everybody wants to be respected. Everybody wants the money and everybody wants the power. You know, people get over on people. People do stuff to try to benefit themselves. People do things to try to enhance that power. You know, I remember I was talking with my wife and we was at this church one day and it was kind of funny how the pastor was saying like, I'm not a thief, but I'm a con artist. So I won't take your money. I'll get you to the point of thought to where you give me your money. And I was like, wow, this is coming from a pastor. So it kind of lets you know, like, the movements in the church is like, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on? What's going on, Alonzo?
Gee, what's happening?
Yeah, man. I mean, just touching on this real quick because I mean, we're gonna touch into something that you like, your style of it. We're gonna touch into life insurance. You can't have the all star advisor up here without sprinkling a little life insurance sauce over this, podcast. Since you up here, it's only fitting for you to drop some of this life insurance knowledge.
I
But
got you.
when it come down to it, man, I was on Absalon earlier, and we was talking about this Travis Randolph situation to where he got locked up and awaiting trial, and we was both saying that this could have been a Tory Lane situation. You know, even though we don't know the whole standard on everything with Tory, we knew Tory had accomplices in this, and he wasn't alone. I mean, to the point of him actually owning a gun down here or carrying a gun, that's the biggest thing. I think the guard was the best witness for Tory, and that's why he's ghost. I mean, you going against the machine to where the Rock they they can they can give enough money to make this stuff disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, red lipstick vibe in the building. Great,
What's up,
great,
let's
great,
do?
great conversation we had earlier.
Yeah, I saw the tail end of that.
Yeah, but it's funny how this young man. I was telling AP Absalon earlier that he got caught in the pump and dump. You know, because he acknowledged to the girl that this wasn't a relationship thing between me and you. This is a situation to where we rocking with each other and we maybe see where it goes from there. So it wasn't a relationship. And like I was telling AP, this is where pump and dump probably goes wrong because he acknowledged that they wasn't in a relationship. He acknowledged that the situation at hand, it was what it was. It was no type of ties or anything. But the point of it is, and like I told AP to the extent, the lady was married, but she was trying to have a relationship with him. Like, make it make sense. You're still married. Even if you were to have a relationship with the guy, you got to initially get a divorce. And I've seen some of this over the YouTube airways where, even on Kevin's channel, to where this one lady, she got a divorce from her first husband because the second husband paid for that divorce. She got a divorce from the second husband because the third husband paid for that divorce. And so she's in a situation on her third divorce she's getting ready to have. And she said, maybe I need to find another man and let him pay for this one. Ha ha ha. Or I'll just tough it out and pay it myself. Either or. And it was like a joke to her to say, I can get another man to pay for my divorce just like I did previous times. And I mean, it just a stain to where, I'm mostly trying to tread because more or less I actually want to focus on the issue of the guy being free. But, you get in these situations and hey, this is a culture that we live now, the pump and dump, and he caught the short end of that
Yeah.
because he let it be known that hey, this is not a relationship. She wanted a relationship so bad, even to the point of her getting a BBL, and he
Yeah.
basically told her with the BBL, you're still not my type. Ultimately, going through the phone, seeing him messing with another woman, striking up to the point of hitting on him, and that's what I told AP earlier too as well. Like the situation got out of control for one. He let the woman start hitting on him. You know,
Mm.
that's a bad deal right there anyway. I play fight with my wife, we joking around, but when it gets to a point of me looking at her like you're getting too rough or it's getting a little bit too serious, or sometimes you might have to say, hey, we're not playing like this anymore. But anyway, she've always beat on him and hit on him because he's like, I'm a big guy, I can take it. No, you don't need to be hitting on me because I can't hit on you. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the
No, you're right.
the craziness behind that to where a lot of people they say, man, that's a female. She can't do nothing to you. My mom always told me a woman can kill you just like a man if you let her. You
Yeah.
know, and it's to a point to where if she's not strong enough physically to knock you out, she can grab something and hit you and knock you out. And but to
Al
say the
Green
least,
got burnt with a pot of grits in his
yeah,
sleep.
yeah, and there's a lot of people got hit with
The
the
oil.
hot grits and the oil,
Uh-huh.
like throughout, bubbling. But I mean, it's crazy. But say the least, man, dude ended up going through all that. She ended up calling the brothers. She ended up creating a group chat, telling the brothers to delete the man in the text. And when the police seen the situation fold out, she deleted it, but she forgot she sent the group chat. So the police just got the other guy's phones and seen how she orchestrated this. And I was telling him, it's almost to the same thing of the 13-year-old girl in Maryland that orchestrated a hit on one of the kids on her bus.
Yeah. And they held him down and shot him. That was crazy.
Yeah, they tried to shoot him, but the gun didn't go off. They ended up just beating him up,
Beating him
and
up. That's right.
yeah, and the girl only got found out because they read the other boy's text. And this is how crazy it is. One of the boys who was in the incident, he snitched on the boy who they couldn't catch.
Uh
So when the boy found out, he went and beat up the dude's sister.
huh.
So
That's
he's on the
crazy.
run. He caught another charge for beating up the other dude's sister for snitching.
Wow.
I mean, you got situations to where guys. I mean, I told AP. I said, man, I will put them people in her life. Even after this situation, when I've been found not guilty, most guys would be like, man, I'm happy, I'm innocent, blah, blah, blah. Well, she put my life in danger.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna know what you guys are gonna do about this. But I mean, it's a crazy thing. It's going on in the building. But to the degree the guy's free, and my thing that I'm bringing to the light to this is, what if he would have lost his life? They end up raising $20,000 for the guy that got killed through GoFundMe and everything. And that was, in my opinion, that was crazy because this guy initially went in there to harm somebody else on somebody else's account, not even family. I don't even think that guy was. I think his name was Sebastian or something. He wasn't even blood relative. It's the play cousin type deal that we do in the South.
Uh,
And he ended up, you know, getting killed. And they tried to use the Dr. Casson law about the stand your ground. And like I was telling AP, 10 rounds, that's pretty much self defense. Dude shot 36. He was going with the intent of killing, but hey, when it
yeah,
come
but he
down
was
to it,
standing his ground.
yeah, but at the same time, 36 rounds is kind of excessive. That's like you get into a fight with somebody and you got a knife. Like maybe 4 to 5 stabs, that's kind of self defense.
Yeah,
36 stabs,
anything over
that's
that,
excessive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you got to stabbing somebody is different than shooting, though. I mean,
yeah,
well,
it is. But the thing of it is, like I said, 5 to 10 rounds, that's self
yeah,
defense.
that's so because yeah, you're gonna shoot and get out of there.
Yeah, anything over that is excessive. And then the reason why they couldn't even use it because he was shooting them as they were running away. Like I said, those 10 rounds would have been okay. That's self defense. Let them go. But because he shot 36 as they're running, he basically unloaded the clip. On
Yeah,
average, what most ARs hold about anywhere from 20 to 15, but he had that extended, so
extend
that
them
would
yeah,
have to hold like a
30
40.
to 50.
40, yeah, that's got to be a 40 round. Cause I got a
Yeah,
40 round mag. I got 230s and 140. Then I got a drum.
huh?
Yeah, I think that drum holds 50. But still
Okay.
being with that, you know,
Wow.
and yeah, I
See, yeah,
mean,
my brother, y'all. That's right, y'all down south. See, my
yeah, man,
brother, he live in Florida. Oh my God, this boy got guns. I was like, bro. And meanwhile, me up here, man, I gotta go through all kinds of hoops to get a gun. And then all I could get is a handgun. Then I could get a rifle, but you gotta get a rifle license. And then I could get a machine gun, but you gotta get the license for it. That shit costs mad money. Meanwhile, and I saw that video you did with the wood with the smoker, but propane and propane accessories, hang hill. But um my daddy, like I said, he from Paris, Texas. And man, he was telling me, man, boy, my daddy sound like Boomhauer. I swear to God. And he told me to come down there and shoot off with him. And I was like, what you got? I got a couple of AKs. I was like, what? What kind of license do you need for that? He was like, license? The guy just went to the store and bought it. I was like, what? I gotta move to Texas. Um,
yeah, that's
cause
how
I
it is in
did.
Georgia. That's how
Yeah,
it,
you know what? I was about to get me a SKS from the pawn shop when I was living in Douglasville, but I ain't have my Georgia license.
yeah, yeah, man.
But
Get
my
them
fault, I ain't
Georgia
mean to
license.
distract.
Nah, you good. If you would have got them Georgia license, man, you could have bought all you wanted to buy, and then when you got up to a different state, all you had to do was just get a permit. because you already
Mm.
had owned the gun, so you just needed a permit. It's already
Mm.
registered in Georgia, because all the guns that you buy in Georgia, they file them in the system. If you get
Oh
caught in
yeah.
another state, all you need is your gun license to carry. And so, because you bought them in this state, hey, they're legal guns. They just
Yeah.
got transported to a different state because I moved. Like one guy, he had I forgot the name of this gun, but this is a sniper's rifle.
Ooh.
And I'm talking about the bullet on this thing is enormous. It was like a 302 or 309. I'm talking about the bullet is bigger than the tip of the bullet is bigger than my finger. Then once you put it in the shell, you talking about open your hand from the palm of your hand to the tip of your pointer finger, longest finger. Then that's how long that bullet is, and it goes in there because it's a bolt action for this one.
Wow. Yeah.
And man, I'm talking about he was shooting that thing like crazy. He's like, yeah, man, police came. And he was down in Florida. He's like, I got drunk one day, man. Me and my friends got out there shooting. And it was an old car out there, and everybody in this old neighborhood, they shoot like that. Kid getting out of college and everything. Like a
Yeah.
25-year-old graduate, because, he gets to party and stuff. But he ended
Yeah.
up graduating at 25, and when he was moving, he had got a good job, and we moved him out. And he was like, "Oh yeah, these guys carry guns. He's like, make sure they ain't loaded." So he pulled his guitar case out, and that's what made me get one of those guitar cases too, because of Desperados and because of him, you know, have all the guns in there. I mean, it's crazy. April showers, what's going on? And the crazy
Hey.
part, um, he started pulling all these guns. He had like 4 ARs. He had like about 6 handguns. I mean, it's just crazy. But that's not the worst story. Worst story ever is when I moved the guy. I used to work for this moving company. Moved this guy. He had probably close to, say, I think 500, 500 handguns, or five to 600 handguns. I mean, no, 5 to 600 rifles. My bad. It was 5 to 600 rifles, and it was over 1,500 handguns.
Jesus
Over
Christ.
1,500. And this was the crazy part because he was a collector. He had like the 40 cal and the 50 cal Desert Eagle in all the colors. He had them in
Uh.
all black. He had the gold one.
Bro.
He had the nickel plated, the
Uh.
chrome, all these. Like he had them customized. He had a customized one or a couple of customized ones. And all his guns, like the revolvers, any gun just about that was made, he had about at least three, four of them. And all of them
Uh.
had a case for him. Like with his rifles, he had all the rifles in the gun case, and he had them all latched in a certain way, and he had put the special oil on there to when you put them in the case, as long as it's air sealed, the gun won't rust.
Oh wow.
And so when you take them out, you got to wipe them down, then go ahead and shoot them. And I'm talking about the guy had so many cases, and the special guns, like he had Bill Gatling gun.
Oh
And I was like,
damn.
how did you even do that? And he was like, man, he say, you got to know how to do this. You buy some parts from China, go get some store in America that's a replica store, and they sell you actual parts. So there's a lot of guys behind the scenes because I'm gonna tell you, I lost the website because I'm glad I lost it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Mm.
There's one particular guy told me about a website where they trade off guns with each other. If you like a
Oh.
gun, go on this website, just
Yep.
buy it, or you can just trade guns. So say if you had a gun, and that goes to that lifestyle of having hot guns, you could
Yeah.
just trade the gun off. But
Yeah.
the biggest thing is not getting caught with it though. But they would trade guns all the time. This guy I used to work with, he told me, he said that's all a lot of guys who just trade guns. He traded guns with a guy in a different state because he's in
Mm.
Georgia. He went up
Uh-huh.
to the Tennessee line, traded him for a couple of ARs and some I think old gun. Wasn't a Mac 10, it was something like a Uzi. But he traded for one of those guns, and when he got bored with it, traded to somebody else.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
even with this situation, wellness with Frugal Mama, I be checking out Frugal Mama in the morning. See, that's why I be getting my workout from.
See?
That's why I be, you know, Hey,
I
I see
wonder.
Sugar Mama all the time, and I be like, man, I gotta get to it. And like I said, these past couple of days, man, I've been working so hard. That's why I ain't been walking, doing my walks in the morning, cause I'm rushing out the house, get to work. I've been doing a little extra side work while I'm at work, so that's what's taking all my time out.
Right.
You know, making money on the clock while I'm on the clock making money.
Gotta do it. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, I think that was I don't know. See, the thing is, you've been shooting, man. Sometimes when you're shooting, you get in the moment and you just gonna pull that trigger. So, you got to think about the adrenaline because think about if that's excessive for a person who's in fear for their life, who's not trained to handle that situation, then how is it excessive, not excessive for those who are trained to handle that situation? So it gets into sticky territory. People told me I should have been an attorney, but I think that could be sticky, but like you said, at the end of the day, all this came from the lifestyle of the pump and dump, right? And so dudes got to be careful with that. And we can't say that this ain't a dude that had his money right. So, you got to think with your big head, not your little head, you know? So,
yeah, and I mean, that's the situation with this case. I mean, like I said, the young guy lost his life, and it was unfortunate that they did the GoFundMe for him and everything, but it's like a lot of people don't even get a chance in DC. This is an open case, like to where it was almost kind of what nationalized to where people knew about it, and plus this was an athlete, so it got more eyes. So that's why the family was able to get 20,000 for
mhm.
this. But I mean, in a local
Oh,
shooting, nobody really knows. They're
yeah,
not getting that much. I mean, if
yeah.
anything, 5,000. But funerals right now costing at least about an
So,
easy 10,000. No, no fluff.
So the statistics say yeah, it's about 8,500 nationally. So when you add it up from the cheapest to the most expensive and combine them, most people are getting the cheapest. It comes out to be about $8,500 across the country. Um, but on average, they can be up to about 21,000. So that 20,000 goes real fast. But you know what's crazy? I've been real busy, so I really haven't even seen much about the situation. So I didn't even know like the rest of, the GoFundMe and what they got. But, it wouldn't be the All Star Advisor without me sprinkling a little life insurance in there, right? Um, and the thing is, these people have a certain lifestyle too. And people forget about that with things like GoFundMe or with things like just leaving a benefit to somebody. You gotta kind of be cognizant of uh, the lifestyle that you may have had people grow accustomed to, right? And people always say this, "Oh, I'm single. I ain't got no wife, no kids, nobody to leave nothing to." But it's people who, when you die, might want to come to your funeral, and it'd be nice to be able to leave accommodations, right? Or, people don't even think about vanity, right? If you want to be real vain and have it be about you can literally create an estate and get a life insurance policy and leave money in that life insurance policy. And in that estate, mandate that uh, they throw a party in your name every year with the money from that life insurance. And this way you get remembered for 100 years or however long the money lasts for these parties. And they'll literally do that. So
Yeah.
you can even be vain with it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick. I mean, add on to that, it's kind of crazy too because you know the rapper Big Scar. I don't know if you know him. He's a local
The
Memphis
16-year
rapper.
old boy.
No, he was actually 20. I want to say about 23, 25
Okay.
or something. Yeah, but he's a local rapper, and the crazy part about him was he ended up overdosing on some drug and stuff like that. And the craziness about that was when he overdosed, the family was reaching out to
Gucci man.
Gucci Man, who signed him, and he was telling him, he was like, "Hey man, that guy's, I do some, work with him." The family wanted the $50,000 to send to them, and they took the 50,000 and just paid the funeral arrangement. And the family was mad, but then they didn't want to give back the chains that he told them. He said, "Well, he's my artist, and the only reason I gave him the chain because he was my artist. Now he's, passed. I don't want just anybody wearing those chains."
Right.
And they took the money and still didn't give them, the chains back, and they were mocking them. And I was like, there's a lot of other rappers that in Memphis that work with him, and for them to, play that game, Memphis, like the guy say, what's his name, Pooh Shiesty?
Uh-huh.
Memphis is what they call it, Memphis, Afghanistan. So
Afghanistan.
yeah, Afghanistan. So it's kind of crazy. And I mean, even with this situation with this young guy who passed, like if his family would have been just took the time, because we with Ti said his uncles and them, and his uncle came out and said it. He said, Ti was getting in the street, acting rough and trying to be big and bad. And the uncle was like, I did my time and I got out and I started doing construction and doing good for myself. He said when my nephew wanted to follow that gangster street life, we took out a life insurance policy for $500,000.
Mm.
Because, if you're doing it like this in the street, I mean, you're gonna die anyway. Why not benefit off of it? You
Well.
know. So I mean, they just knew what it was because on average, most of those kids around there were dying. So why not go ahead and, make this a situation that can help, the family. And I got that from you talking with you. I'm actually gonna look into getting a policy for my brother and one of my cousins I talked to. That I mean, the one that you had talked to. I'm trying to get him to get something. If not, I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and get some, and just I pay it. And like I was telling them, I said, hey, believe it or not, I might even pass before you guys. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's just the whole thing of having that life insurance to where if something do happen, you're gonna be taken care of the way you want. And plus, it's just gonna be a little extra money for me. I'm like, if I'm
Yeah.
paying the policy, why not? I benefit from it. I mean, it's not like if I pay for the policy, and then in the end, your wife's like, well, you pay for the funeral and give me some money on the side. Like, well, you kind of kick in with me then.
Uh, yeah, that
Yeah, but
sounds about right.
yeah, family. Well, they say boys will be boys and family will be family.
Yeah, that's true. That's even the rapper T Grizzly came up with the phrase. He came up with a song. Boy, I was out there living like I had life insurance. And him and I can't remember who the rapper is. It's some young dude. The young dude snapped on the trap, on the track. It was fire. The song came out like a year or two ago.
Okay, might have to
Yeah.
pull that
The
up and
the song of the title of the song is Life Insurance. I was
yeah.
like, wow. So, but in things like that, that's gonna create a big chat for the kids, um, to like come on a platform and look into life insurance. So, you know, that's kind of interesting too. Oh, I think she fell off for the moment, so I guess I'll hold on to it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. Um, okay,
What's up, man?
what's up, bro?
Not much. Chilling. What's up, Sheep?
What's going on? I'm trying to bring you up, and I don't end up knocking myself off the screen. Community solution. What's going on?
Hey,
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy when it gets to a point of not even being able to have that discussion. Because, like I said, this guy lost his life, and a lot of times we do kind of don't get to hear all the sides. So I kind of didn't like the people that they donated to him. I mean, because he came in with ill intent. He was the one that was the aggressor, going to another man's house this late at night, and ultimately lost his life. And then now the family's trying to get a GoFundMe to support the craziness that he was doing. And that's why I go back to always saying that if people have life insurance, you won't be out here doing stuff like that. I mean, we even talked
man,
about this behind the scenes with some of the YouTubers that's on the YouTube scene. They're out here wilding out, talking junk on YouTube, and they don't even have life insurance.
man,
Like something happened to them, and they setting GoFundMe accounts, or they're asking the public to donate in the chat. I mean, it's even crazy that the channels that are monetized. I be talking with AP and all the guys, and I be like, man, I want to make me a little skit while I'm holding a cup with a
hey, I'll
YouTube
be I'll be
play
right
button
back.
on it. Okay, go ahead. They'll make me a little skit with a YouTube play button on there, shaking
Mm.
the cup and talking to people like, "Hey man, what's going on with y'all?" Just keep shaking the cup, and people dropping change, going by dropping change in the cup. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm out here just on YouTube, talking to the people, shaking the change cup. But just mocking at some of the channels. I mean, I understand if the content is there, paying. There's nothing wrong with supporting your favorite YouTuber, and
Right.
there's nothing wrong with just giving money. But
Hmm.
to an extent, some of these channels, they like, if you don't give me no money, I ain't doing this. And I'm like, that's kind of
I've
rough.
heard that. I've seen that before, where somebody stopped. I mean, I saw Kevin Samuels do it, but I've seen other people do it. Like, I'm not doing content if y'all don't drop nothing.
Yep.
I need to make $200 today. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, it
Red
shows
do
that
it.
people don't have anything going on outside of YouTube.
Yeah. Red. I think Red Supreme. I think AM. I seen him do it. Angerman did it a couple of times,
Yeah,
and
Kevin Samuels
it's
did it a
crazy.
lot.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. I mean, because the thing with Kevin, I've talked to somebody that personally talked to Kevin and dealt with him, and that was his biggest thing. If you don't ask, no one's going to get.
Yeah.
Even when AM said that, AM said, a lot of times when he go in people chat, he'll donate because it's like a disease. If somebody else sees somebody donate, they said,
Hmm.
well, I'm gonna donate too. So it's like a disease to a point, and I get it. Misha Mack in the building, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, I do streams and all, and I let it. It's optional, man. If you donate, you donate. You don't. My thing is just watch the video, like, comment below. That's the best. That's what I need. Um, you know, the money.
yeah,
I ain't too big on the money. I ain't
yeah.
too,
I mean, that's like with me. I work, like,
well,
YouTube is not my sole income to where
exactly.
I be, I got to work 24/7. And my thing is, if it was my sole income, I would find different outlets to where it won't seem like I'm begging so much.
Like,
That's my thing that gets me.
I have a small channel. I don't have like a like 10K or whatever. I still get people emailing me to sponsor their products. You know what I'm saying? Like this week alone, I got 3 emails. I haven't even responded to any. So you can make money off YouTube without even collecting a donation. You can make money from sponsorships of products, people's products. So, so there's ways to make money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that affiliate programs, a lot of people don't take advantage. These big YouTubers, you
Hmm.
see people like Kim Kardashian, they take advantage of affiliate. They if you want to Kim to post something, I think it's like 50,000 to
Hmm.
$100,000 just a post for her to do a post on one of her accounts.
And you will make a
Big
lot of money if
YouTubers.
she does.
Yeah, yeah. Her daughter does the same thing. I think her daughter charges I think 25,000 a post.
Mm.
Yeah,
Some good money, man.
yeah. I'm like,
Not,
who's really taking advantage of it though?
yeah, it's not like they need it, but uh,
Nope.
that's good extra money they can make. So YouTube. I mean, you just gotta be strategic. I don't want to beg. Seem like I'm desperate because they can take your YouTube channel anytime. So what you gonna do?
Yeah. And the
Monetize you?
like,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I mean, the crazy part is too with the likeness of them taking your channel. I don't see people making other platforms being big. Like you can literally go to other platforms, far as like you know, I wouldn't even do Instagram, but Instagram is starting to. No, it's Instagram. It's Twitter.
Twitter.
Sites that you go on, and they making themselves big. But
Mm.
for the most part, why don't you start a website?
Yeah.
Start your website. Let people come to your website. Information Man has a website. You have a lot of the YouTubers. They're smart. They're ahead of the curve. They got websites so wherever they ever get taken down, just
Hmm.
come to the website.
So
They
another thing
promote
I
all the
do,
time.
I have I download my videos and I upload them to this podcast thing. Forgot what it's called. Crap. Well, I upload it there, so I have at least audio. Um, then I split my content, so I have other channels that you probably don't know. So all my interviews, I have them on one channel. All my how to start a business, I have them on another channel. And all my business news, like if there's business news, I have them on another channel. So I split up my yeah, there you go.
Anchor.
Encore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anchor. Yeah. So oh man, good job, wellness. So I have one channel that has all my content. Then I have different channels that I put different contents on because you can just lose one channel and that be it. So so that's what I do. That's a strategy that I use for me.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the biggest thing. A lot
Mhm.
of people don't have a game plan. They just living for that moment. They living long as they can live on YouTube, make this money,
Correct.
they proud. I mean, even with AM, everybody was saying that he bought all those subs now. But the thing of it is, just like, they were going into the talks about him, he literally took those subs from just paying a promotional company to promote his channel. I mean, and what's the biggest thing that everybody's doing now? Shorts.
Shorts, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so the shorts
I
man,
believe he got those. I don't think he bought it subs. I think he probably paid for some type of push for his channel. Um,
yeah. But
you know, I mean,
but you
the thing is, what else is he doing with it? Is he still talking about black women on there, or is he teaching people how to do graphic arts? Because he knows he's very good with his thumbnails, very good with his studio. Why is he creating another channel to teach people how to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
he would make a killing. Like he won't have to talk this red pill and manosphere nonsense. He can start talking about how you can do thumbnails just like he's doing. Like he is good when it comes to YouTube, but that's what I think he should be doing. He should have another channel to teach people how to do that. But I
yeah,
think people
same,
just want that fast money, so he don't really care about that type of content.
yeah, same as AM1. AM1 has this channel where he does content on graphics, his computer, doing things. And then you have AM1 has this channel regarding the topics of, the manosphere, and
Oh
because
God.
that's the push.
I see it all. About a month ago or 2 months ago, G Dizzle did a content, and he told AM1, he said straight up, said, go start another channel and teach people how to use cameras and the different types of cameras to use. Right? You know what I'm saying? But AM1, I don't think he's done it. I
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay, good,
Yeah,
good.
he got the other channel. But the thing of it is, like, he was doing that on his channel first,
Hmm.
and he would get few viewers. But the ones that did take adhere to the information that he was giving, They were
Mm.
loving it. Like they would get, he was getting a lot of feedbacks, and the people were saying like, "Man, this is the best content I've did this." So you'll have about 10 people actually all the time that views the
Mm.
content the same. But as far as the guys that only want to hear the mudslinging, that's why he would have to like
Yeah,
merge in between the two. But now he
and
got that separate channel. It's
yeah,
good.
and he can get a different audience. Like I have a different audience on my other channels. And one thing he has to understand and realize is you can't change some of these men on YouTube, the manosphere people. You can't really change how they think, what they do. If that's what they want to do on their side of town, that's cool. You see, on my channel, I have my own people. I got you, I got Alonzo, I got Wally, I got other people, man. I'm not worried about what they do over there because you can't change how they feel. So I think he needs to just let it go and keep it moving because it's not it's not productive for him. He's the more sensible one. And sometimes
Well,
you don't bring yourself down to those type of people because you're wasting your energy.
yeah, I say with that too. But even with me, a lot of times, like I tell people, the way I go over there on those manosphere topics is
Uh-huh.
just to show them, situations because I tell them, I'll be like, look, I'm married. I've been married for this long. So a lot of times when they start yelling, oh, you're an anomaly or your wife is this and you have a good woman. And I'm like, yeah, it's because I put in the work. I sit here and chose right. And just like this guy who we're talking about playing
Hmm.
football, he wanted to just have sex, the pump and dump method. And I told him, like, look, how's this working for this guy? This guy now got a murder case. Luckily, he beat it. And in return, the pump and dump thing is cool until, and that's the whole thing a lot of those guys are not talking about. The pump and dump is cool until, you know. And that was the biggest thing with AM1. He does his content on the manosphere, but
Yeah,
he talks about a little stuff that can move people away from it, like MOT does.
yeah, yeah,
You know.
That's what's up. And so we talking about I guess uh skills and resources.
Yeah.
I mean that I definitely do see that's what the topic was about. Um I did have planned actually me and Kay to do something, but um time escaped me, so I was glad actually that you was going live. Um so as I was telling Kay, I won the second year in a row
hmm
the top annuity producer award for my company.
Congratulations,
So
man.
thank you.
Congrats again.
Um so listen, I'm trying to do over 1 million this year because I'm trying to get a three-peat, right? So I'm trying to be like the Lakers, right, in the 2000s, right? That was 20 years ago in my heyday. 22 years ago, AI stepped over Tyronn Lue.
Uh,
Right.
Oh
So
snap! I got a lot to do.
there's a lot there, but so I've been prepping for that, and hopefully growing a little bit. Um, and then I don't know. So time just did escape me. So I do apologize for that.
you're good.
Um, you know, but even stuff like that, like being productive, it's hard to be on YouTube on that all the time. Like what's funny is you start to find yourself loathing the conversations, right?
Mhm.
Like I remember I was sitting outside with some dudes, and we was talking, just guy talk, but I was just like, man, this conversation is so boring right now. Like we sitting here talking about these chicks and these chicks and these chicks, and I'm like, what? There's nothing productive about that, you know? And everything was, oh, this girl, that girl, this girl. I'm like, yo, I get it. Like, yes, it's important to love women. I love women too, but like, get some shit done, you know?
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, I mean
but
that's literally the biggest thing that I try to tell guys. Like I understand we can talk about women all day, But when it come down to the the grassroots, how many guys are actually doing like G Jizzle, his
Mm.
channel and Tech G, his Tech G channel,
Mhm.
he teaches so many people all this stuff, but then he has that other side of where he's doing this. Like when I first started my first channel, I would try to get guys into trucking. I would tell guys this is a trucking and family channel. So I would always talk about my family, talk about things with my kids. Like even when I first met Kuda was talking about mics. I just started buying mics, and then I was like, let me just sit down and listen to Kuda, and I'll do my assessment from there. Because I think I got a Samsung mic.
Mhm.
It was real nice. I had it in my truck. Like when I was listening on the playback, it had too much sound. But when I put it on YouTube, the noise cancellation was excellent. So I was like, dang, I got rid of that mic. I should have kept it. But it's just process of elimination, learning thing, trial. I got a mixer. I end up giving the mixer to somebody, which I gave it to AP. I was like, I don't do pods at home, so I end up just investing more in headsets. And I still got most of a little bit of studio stuff to where if I want to do it at home, I got it at home, but more or less I'm always on the road, because I try to give that time when I get off to my kids, and when I'm at work, I'm like, I'm already driving, bored, I'm listening, so I might as well jump on the panels. Let me get a good microphone, and I just got my aftershocks back, so I'm gonna be start using them because the sound on them is a lot crispier than this microphone I'm on now. So it's just the whole thing of process of elimination. Guys who want to learn this stuff, they're gonna be over there listening. That's why I say with Alonzo, I'm learning about things about life insurance. I go back and tell my family or friends or just in conversation. A lot of people on YouTube think I sell life insurance. They be like, "Yeah, man, we got to get with you on this life insurance, man, because you always put that knowledge down." And I'm like, "Hey, it's just me studying this because, like I said, it's like the whole time I'm like, my dad was in the military. When he passed and sitting there and having all this money aside for us, because I didn't know my dad had a trust till later on in life. Like that was the crazy part. I didn't know my dad had a trust for me and my brothers till later on in life, like until I was grown. Because I know he by him being in the military, he had a lot of stuff set up, and it was so many things. Like I said, a lot of times my family members tell me so much crazy. Like my dad spoke 7 different languages. I was like, dang, I didn't know that. I was a kid when he passed. Spoke 7 different languages. He paralyzed from the military. He lost. I think he lost amputated one of his legs. Then they end up amputating the other one. But he was to a wheelchair. But real smart guy, and it was crazy because he was a recruiter. Imagine a recruiter coming to you with no legs, telling you join the military. Like he was good at his job. He
Hey,
was getting recruits. So I'm like, that spoke of something to where you got a guy with no legs recruiting guys. I mean, that shows some type of
Mhm.
spunk my dad had. But
Facts.
yeah, man, it's just crazy how the situation in life brings people to these points.
Mhm.
And like I
really?
said,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, um, what happens is it gets away from us, right? So, like, I'm gonna jump on you again, Kay. I sent you an email, but that's my job, right?
When did you
So,
send me an email?
um, it's had to
This
be
week?
maybe no, it had to be over a week ago. I thought I resent it, but it's not coming directly from me. It's coming from Ethos.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So that's probably why you didn't see it.
Okay.
But you know what? I'll resend it again today. Um, but that's my job, right? Is to pester you about it. Because the worst thing you could want is, or the worst thing I could have is for me to not pester you about it, and then for me to go and have to find out, hey, this happened last night. And then I'm like, man, If I would have just sent that email one more time, maybe he would have clicked it, and God forbid something happened, you know, we could have been took care of.
Yeah.
What's that right there? Those them envelopes? Or those
Nah,
checks?
thing I had, yeah, these are checks from doing all this side work that I did all this week.
You're a
We
high
respond
value
to
man.
video. Hey, hey, you too late about that, Kay. Me and Alonzo talked about this the other day. I got a
Mhm.
$100,000 life insurance, and I done had it for over 6 years, so I've been high value.
Yeah, the net
Hey,
worth.
yep. From the
Yeah,
standard of Kevin, I'm already high value. So
Man,
hey,
Kevin was not even a high value man.
exactly. That's the same thing I tell about these guys in these relationships. You trying to teach guys to get in relationships and you're not married. You telling guys to don't get married because it's not no benefits and the woman is this and the woman is that. But you're not married and you never been. If you've never been married and telling guys that marriage is a bad deal, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't listen. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's easy to get some of the information that you're telling me and do some research to see if
All
it's
right.
any good. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, like, man, I'm not listening to you. Like a lot of times these dudes talk about that alimony stuff. You stay at your mom house working a job, not even gonna try to dish you on your job, whether it be Walmart or construction or anything. But the point of it is, you don't make enough money for a woman to get alimony from. I
Yeah.
told her, I
mm,
said at best, I make like close to 50,000 plus another little side job that I got going on. I make money off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were to sit here and divorce my wife, what alimony is she gonna get? She's gonna get child support with that. Even with the child support, they're gonna, they can't really drain me. I'm still gonna have to live. And the portion of them trying to say, well, she needs more money. I can go get a job at McDonald's and work up under the table. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've told my wife this before. I said, I'm a fair man. I will pay child support, or I
Yep.
will just give you money in general. I'm
Yeah.
not a cold hearted guy. I'm not gonna do that to my kids because be that
And
as it may, go ahead.
no, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Like the best things any man can do is communication. Fine. Parents usually beef. They go at each other, and that's how the issue of child support comes up. So I know a
Yeah.
few people who kind of work hand in hand with their what ex-wife or whatever to pay it once, to pay them to pay every month without going to child support. So all it takes is communication. That's all it takes.
I can
Yeah.
take one further than that.
Yeah.
My father-in-law, when he was with my wife's mother and they broke up, he put himself on child support. And then they have been so amenable that the state went to go increase it. And my mother-in-law said, no, I'm fine. And so what he did was with the increase, he just took the increase and paid it to my wife. So like he gave her $125 a week because they was gonna raise his child support that $500 a month.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
That- That's even like this a YouTuber on here. I watch his YouTube and he's a real cool guy. Jason, I think it's called Jason Reels Network. I believe I shared this video this morning. So, but with Jason, he was in a situation of paying child support, caught the short end of the stick. It's kind of murky what he did and her did, but at the same time, they got separated. They got a divorce. The crazy part about it was he was like, I still love my baby mother, man. He's like, I get her back, and I told my son that, hey, if I got your mom back, I treat her right this time. But at the same time, she tried to put him on child support, because the situation was kind of rocky, wasn't really giving her money like that. And so after putting them on child support, one of the kids' birthday came up, and he said I could have been a spiteful guy, be like, man, she asked me for 175. I could have been that spiteful guy, be like, man, I ain't giving you no 175. Get it out the child support next month when we go to court. He said, man, I just went on ahead and gave her the 175. He said, I ain't giving no lip behind it. He's like, here, you need the money. There you go. Get ready to go to child support court next week. She didn't show. He threw the case out,
Mm.
you know? And he was like, they reached out to her, I guess, or something, but they end up throwing the case out. I guess she told them, I don't want it no more. I don't want child support. And it benefits the state as well. So child support, it helps the state and it helps the woman, you know? And a lot of times I say, a lot of guys don't even pay child support and they're crying about child support. And the ones that do pay child support, they just paying it. Hey, I ain't trying to get them people in my life.
To be
They're
honest,
gonna
it
pay
helps
it.
the state and it hurts the woman more often in our community, right?
Exactly.
Because supposedly what they're saying is it incentivizes mediocrity, right? So it supposedly incentivizes them to sit around and be baby factories, right? So if this is the case, um, you know, it's really not that much an incentive because it's not like they're living in lavish houses, you know, and, contrary to popular belief, even though people sell food stamps and be eating steaks, they ain't eating steak and lobster and shrimp every night, right? Um, Usually they're eating the unhealthy food that the food stamps can afford because food is expensive,
Mm-hmm.
right? Eggs are 10 fucking dollars a carton. Like, you know, uh, uh, again, these are more New York prices than the rest of the country, but still, you know, stuff is expensive. So, you know, even the whole, oh, she's, taking half my money, even if she does get the money, because like I said, I saw the tail end of the panel you was on earlier, she with red lipstick, but you had hopped off by that time. And the guys keep arguing with the women about, well, if you married, then your husband can't be a real man because he wouldn't have you up here arguing with me. And on the same vein, if you was as much of a man as you say you are, you wouldn't be up here on YouTube arguing back and forth for what you call a bitch. So you know it's kind of making the woman's point about, you know now I get it, sometimes a woman will corner you, right? But you kind of gotta try to, especially online, you could finesse your way out of it. But in the moment, I get it. Sometimes, there's nuances to everything. Um, but just little stuff like that, man. But listen, it's I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was listening. I was just listening.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. Listen, man. I don't know. I guess I could sprinkle a little more life insurance in there. Um, like I said, things like, so guys, I do wanna sheet. I'm gonna recruit you for real now, cause now that it done got to the point where people think you're selling it, we gonna get you.
You all go get a license.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you licensed and join my team so I can show you, how to do what we do. Because and now that you're getting the grasp of explaining it, you know. He said, I say we just got to be careful. Sir, what's good? Yeah, nah, we definitely got to be careful, right, y'all? Uh, but, you know, that's it for real. I don't know that these guys are as focused on their futures as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because things just get, things go fast, right? Like I was talking to somebody today who's 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about how old I was when I started in this business. right?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Fast forward, boom, it's over a decade later, right? It's almost 20 years later. It's closer to 20 years later. But that time flew by. And so I asked him, hey, are you thinking about retirement? And now that I'm thinking, it just threw me back to a flashback that I had.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 27 and my next door neighbor, who was about my age now, came to me and asked me, do guys your age talk to each other about things like retirement? And I wondered why he said that. And now I know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
Preparation, man. All it takes is preparation. You need preparation.
yeah, definitely. So yes, the prep time like Batman, man. You need prep time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's even like the YouTube thing. Like even, you do need prep time to do your thing because it's hard to carry a show. But
Oh man. Like I be having shows scheduled and I be forgetting. I come back 2 days later. I be like, oh,
oh snap! I had a show scheduled
But the truth is
because
I
real life be
real
happening.
life exactly. I have so much going on. My life is not a YouTube. I don't live in the YouTube world. I'm out there doing real work. I have a family. I have a wife. so so why should I? Some people stay on YouTube all day. No, they don't have any. They don't have anything else going on outside of YouTube. So
That's crazy. But yeah, so I am going to I guess I'll do a little bit of that celebration. So I'll talk a bit about the reason I have brought up Boss the Black Business Experience. Um because we obviously are experiencing a boom of business ownership as black people in different ways. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And the other day I was showing a little bit of the documentary of it.
uh-huh.
Um but I think um it's an interesting thing to see. But man, I got so many things on my mind. But anyway, my my dinner tomorrow is at Carmine's in New York City, so hopefully I'll give you guys some content for that.
Hmm.
But you know what it is with lives as well? I prefer to do pre-records.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know what? And I got that advice from a guy named K Business Podcast,
All right.
right? And
Yeah, yeah. Pre-records are good. Um, you can do like 5 content. Just post them for the next 5 days. You know,
yeah,
Rom Wills.
yeah.
Rom Wills does. He's like 2 weeks ahead.
Oh wow.
So he does. He just posts them. Like he can do a month. He can do 20 videos on the weekend, right? And he just posts them for the rest of the week. So that's how he does his.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I used to do it like that, but then what happened is um I did that to get ahead of the game.
Hmm.
I did a month of videos straight
Yeah,
worth like in advance. But then what happened was because I had those videos, I stopped recording and started doing other stuff.
yeah,
And then the days went by and I was like, oh snap, I'm out of videos.
uh yeah.
and,
It happens. It happens. That's why if you can do short, I'm about to start getting back to the pre-records very soon. It's just
and,
I just don't be having time. Kids about to be out of school like next week, so I'll
oh,
have
wow.
time. Yeah, but it's just you just do the pre-records because doing a what's it called live. you have to be you have to be ready.
and present. Like you got to be in the moment,
Correct.
right? So you can't have stuff going on, and you know that's why Kevin Samuels was popular because he devoted that time,
Hmm.
to his show because that was what he was doing.
Correct.
you know,
That's all he had.
um,
He didn't have anything else. He lived in a, one bedroom. I mean, not to diss him or anything, but
uh,
that's what he didn't really have much. He didn't
yeah,
have much. Then when he started to get the fame, that's when he started to really grow. But when he was still running around YouTube, dressed like a high profile, high value man, he really wasn't high value. Then
yeah,
he was just faking it to to make it.
to make it, yeah,
Oh, people on the internet are so mean. They were able to find videos of him living in a boarding in a room.
mm,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, hey, listen. You know how many people, most Americans are faking it to make it. You know who would say that?
Who?
Savings minus debt.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. That's why I tell people what I am. This is what I am. This is what I've gone through. This is what I currently have. I'm not telling people I'm a high value man or I got millions of dollars. I got $1 million business. I tell people, man, I got bills I'm paying. My money is gone by the end of the month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what I'm telling folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling people, oh yeah, I got the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm balling. I'm balling out of control. No, man, I got bills, man.
yeah.
Shoot. If people, let's say me, you, and she tell people how much we pay in bills every month, man. So who am I?
Listen,
Who am I to come on the internet and talk about I'm some type of high value man?
Kane, what up? Listen, man. I calculated when me and my wife calculated, and this is part of the reason we moved from New York. The number that we were paying for bills,
Hmm.
a lot of that was rent, was astronomical.
Yeah,
Right? We was like, yo, we could have a big ass house for what we're paying right now.
absolutely.
you know. But unfortunately, we moved to another. Northeast is well, you live in Maryland. Northeast is one of the most expensive parts of the country.
Yes.
So especially on the Eastern Seaboard.
New York,
So,
New Jersey.
yeah.
Yeah, very expensive.
Well, actually, Connecticut isn't that expensive if you don't live in the city. Like if
Correct.
you live in the rural part of Connecticut,
Hmm.
you're good. But then there is the expensive part, like Greenwich, Darien, that's close to New York. But the real nice houses, that's where like 50 Cent had his house.
Mm.
Man,
Greenwich expensive. My wife, I was laughing at that because she told me she lived in New York. They stayed in. I think she said she was in the Bronx. They lived in the Bronx, and then they moved from the Bronx to
Greenwich
Connecticut.
Village. Oh, wow, okay.
But uh, they started in because she moved with her over by her aunts. They started in Bridgeport, and they moved to somewhere else in Connecticut that was surrounded by Bridgeport. But she was just like they used to call Bridgeport the slums, and then
Yeah.
everybody moved down to Atlanta and stuff like that. And so they just been booming down here from then.
They call the Bronx the hood too. People clown on the Bronx, people clown on Bridgeport, people clown on Hartford. The only thing New Haven really has is Yale, and the only thing Hartford really has is UConn, which is the Huskies. Because other than that, the school ain't all that. But you got a good basketball team.
Yeah.
Go P in the nine laws. But yeah, no, listen, if you add up them bills, they are astronomical. For everyone, right? But actually I was talking with the broke genius man and we could come up with some nice plays. Uh, I'm actually looking into that a little deeper. I'm sorry, I was just thinking of something. But yeah, like, savings minus debt would say it's a you know, everybody's living on borrowed something.
Mm.
But the thing we're all living on is borrowed time, right? So I don't know
Let me get.
why. Go ahead, she.
Yeah, I'm in here getting gas. I hear you.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
So
hear you.
yeah.
fellas. I'm about to drop off. I might be back on my channel later. That's just a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
But I'll catch up with y'all later, man. Y'all keep bringing the good work. This is our village. This is our little crew. Um,
Husband unite.
we don't have to worry about what people on the other side are doing, manosphere talk, none of that nonsense. We bring the positive information to people out here. This is our own little um, group here, and we can build from that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
It's a little network. So we'll continue to support each other. I'll continue to support you guys. And that's just the way it is. So,
no
Yeah.
doubt.
all right, people, have a good one.
All right. Salute.
Peace.
All
Peace,
right,
you.
all right,
Peace,
Kay.
everyone.
Peace.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Actually, I might do that too. Because it is a book that I wanted to read. It's a short one, but you know what? I probably won't. I know I won't do that tonight because, like I said, I got my thing in the morning, so I go pick up the rental first thing in the morning. You know how that is, because otherwise you're gonna be there all day. You know.
Yeah, I'm probably jump off here anyway. Like I said, I just wanted to touch on that topic and just kind of do a little plug for life insurance on there because, like I said, the young guy irresponsible, man. That's why I say even with the old as I am now, I'm not going to fight for my cousin. She went over there, did something foolish. I I told her
Uh-uh.
one time when that situation happened with her and a guy got into it. She called me and I'm like, call the police.
Yeah.
And she's like, man, I don't want to get him locked up. I'm like, so what do you want me to do? Just beat him up? Like,
You
call the police. And
gonna get
it
me
kind of
locked up
turned,
for beating them up or beat
yeah.
up?
And it got to that point. Her brother, and this was the craziness. Her brother went over there, checked the guy, didn't beat him up because, the guy was too scared to come out of the house. But he checked the guy and told the guy don't put his hands on his sister and stuff. And lo and behold, after he did that, 2 days later, she come to pulling up at the house with the dude in the car. So he walked to the car and the dude get all scared and he's like, "What's up, bruh?" He's like, "Hey man, how y'all doing?" He acted like he never was over there at the guy's house. And, he was like, "Yeah, man, when we good, what's going on?" And he told his
Wow.
sister after that moment, he was like, "Look, don't ever call me again because if you're gonna continue being with the guy, it defeats the purpose of me talking to him or doing anything to him." And at that moment, he just stopped dealing with it because I'm like, that's an unhealthy environment to do something like that because you're putting your life on the line as the man. And even though, granted, that woman just wanted that protection at that particular time, and that goes to the women too. If you and your feelings about a guy, just don't bring nobody else in it because
Yeah.
ultimately if you're gonna go back to them, it defeats the purpose of whomever family members to get in there and do something. They can potentially, like this guy did, lose your life trying to protect the family member. So I mean, it's kind of wild within that self. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here too. Yeah, I had to go cash them checks. I get that money
I
tomorrow.
see.
Yeah,
No
it's about
doubt.
6 of them, man. I had them stacked up. I had already cashed 2 of them, but yeah, got 6 of them, man. I'm trying to, like I said, build up, trying to get this property. So I got to start showing this money in the account. Can't put in cash out like that. So
Hey.
yeah, man. But you know, hey, hope people got some information off this. You know, I'll probably drop a little small one if not tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing some construction tomorrow, so I'm trying to get
Oh
it in with
snap!
that.
I saw you in the garden the other day too. You be
Yeah, man.
doing your lives, man.
Yeah, I'm a green thumb now, man. I done fooled around and got over there with these gardeners, and man,
Uh-huh.
they be spreading seeds and stuff like cash. They be sending people seeds. When I was down there in Savannah, I did the Soil Family Expo.
Uh-huh.
One guy he gave this woman a lemon tree and I think a fig tree. And so her lemon tree's going. She broadcasts every other morning showing the lemon tree growing. You know, I've been showing my tomatoes growing. So hey, you gotta have patience, you know, for that gardening stuff. I'm waiting on my
Mm.
cucumbers, man. I'm ready to slice up some cucumbers.
Oh, oh, that
My
remind me.
tomatoes.
I got some zucchini and onions I'm about to stir fry. Some zucchini. I gotta find something else to put with it. I might make some white rice, but
Yeah,
some zucchini, some onions. Actually, I got some peas and carrots. I probably throw in there too. And
yeah.
then you ever heard of brewer's yeast?
Brush yeast?
Brewer's yeast, yeah.
Nah, I haven't heard of that.
Well, it's like a health supplement. It's like a probiotic for your stomach. Um, and that's pretty good. So I usually sprinkle that in like some water or something. Usually when I get up in the morning now, I drink the apple cider vinegar water and lemon juice on an
Yeah,
empty stomach. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, all right then. Listen, hopefully y'all got some information. Um, like I said, man, I did have a live scheduled. I forgot about it, and then I had to. I was glad you was going live. I was like, all right, cool. I'll come over here and support she. So and thank you for your continued support. And for real, man, listen, you know, you might as well, cause you talk about it enough. Get your license and come over here and rock with me, man. I'll show you the way, bro. You
Come to
know,
Alonzo Hall Records.
yeah, man. Come to Alonzo Hall Records, man. I'm telling you, we'll definitely grow, and make some things happen.
All right, man. I'll think about it.
All
All
right,
right.
listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have you next time you send me somebody. I'm gonna have you get. I'm gonna send you the chat from it, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is. Oh, listen."
Just gonna rub it in. Come on, man. Hey, I'm just saying, it's right here.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. Salute.
All right, salute. And shout out to everybody over here. Appreciate you coming through. Just want to touch on this topic, man. Young brother free. Uh didn't even go down for a murder, and that's a good thing. It's sad to see the other young guy pass, but at the same time, he rolled the dice with his faith by trying to be a protector without getting the information. And it's good to protect family and friends, but then it's kind of wrong with the bad intentions. So say the least, understand what you're getting into. Watch over your life, man, because you'll be here today, going tomorrow. But with that being said, shout out to everybody coming through. You know what I say? We here, we are gone.